it is winter, and so we are having a cozy winter homemaking day, making some yummy foods, redecorating a little bit to make the home more warm and cozy for the winter months that we spend more time indoors, making more from scratch hearty meals of soups and breads, and enjoying the slowness of time with my kids, reading books, and also enjoying some winter fires. Winter is the time to hunker down a little bit and center on the home and inside the home, and to be just more thoughtful of what we have around us inside the home, but also still taking care of ourselves. It's still January, so those New Year's goals are definitely on our mind, and I definitely have a goal to stay more active and weight train, and just to stay more fit, as well as fit in my mind with reading God's word. And I think it's so important to continue these things, stay steadfast. I chose steadfast as my word of the year, to continue being diligent in what we are doing for ourselves so that we can serve our families better, because I am a mama of 4, 6, and under, and I have a wonderful husband who serves the family with work and, of course, bringing me my coffee in the mornings. And it is just a beautiful thing to stay steadfast in what we do so that we can better serve our family and serve our Lord. So continuing with the routines after exercise and Bible, and then making our family breakfast time. So as you heard me say, steadfast is my word for the year, and some definitions of steadfast include things like persistent and diligent. And so as I homemake and make my home a cozy and warm space, take care of my children as they giggle and laugh as I get the other little boy dressed, the other one gives him some raspberries on his tummy, I just think what it means to tend to the home. Yes, part of tending to the home is changing out the sheets weekly and getting them laundered so the bed is nice for the week, and part of it is sweeping the kitchen floor on a regular basis and making things from scratch for my family. But a lot of it is training our children and teaching them the ways that we find important, which to me includes Bible work and little songs that we sing to them and books that we read to them. So in years past, I have done morning routines, habits that help you improve, and things like that kind of go along with the new year. And I also did all my natural makeup. I have blog posts about all those things. So you can go to daviekillian.com to find all of those posts if you're interested in just things for improving yourself. And one thing I do like to do every morning is get ready. I do have a minimal makeup routine when I'm home. If I go out, I put a little bit more on. But as you saw, mainly just my eyes, throw on some earrings. I am typically an earring wearer, no matter the day, in or out. Then put on some beef tallow from Tubes & Co. for my face because it's dry. So we need to moisturize our faces nicely and get that skin fresh. And then, of course, my typical routine of doing a quick 30-second wipe down of the bathroom after I've used it, after the kids have brushed their teeth, gone potty, done hair in there, just to kind of have it fresh and clean for the whole rest of the day. So I just remain steadfast in those habits, those rituals and routines in my life that help things run smoothly as a mama of 4, and that are just some basics that I think really can create a better home. Granny, what was it like when Mommy was me?
What, Mommy?
Remember Mommy and Mommy. January brings the snow, although we don't have snow, huh? Makes our feet and fingers glow, Mother Goose. Oh, there were lots of joyful times. On the last day of the old year, the children built a bonfire. We all danced around it and shouted, Happy New Year! Part of my routine with the kids every morning is to read to them. And this book is a Tasha Tudor book. So it's beautiful pictures and just fun to have the kids see what they used to do back in the olden days for each month of the year and what was special to them. Yeah, for jellyfish. Oh, you can put it below it. Right, like in the row.
So it's oak.
See, jellyfish, llama, iguana, koala. Should we make this is a rope
About 3 fingers. Rope pack.
Can you write it? Rope bridge, I guess.
8.
Something I've been really enjoying lately is homemade granola. I went through a phase of buying an organic granola that I really liked, which is still really good, Purely Elizabeth granola, but I am doing no refined sugar, so I wanted to make something with maple syrup in it. So the basic granola recipe I follow is one that I will share over on my blog, daviekillian.com. If it's not out yet when this video comes out, it'll be out this week. Don't get me wrong, because I've been making it weekly since I am doing no refined sugar. It's been one I have as a staple. So it's oats, some nuts, whatever nuts you have on hand. They're chopped. I do a sweetener, so maple syrup, and then I do an oil. You could do butter. Coconut oil is one I go to for this. You could do avocado oil. That may have kind of a unique taste, and then I also add some cinnamon and some vanilla in there. Mix that all together. You could add some dried fruits. I had some raw coconut flakes that I really like in there, especially with that healthy fat of coconut, especially being a nursing mama. I got to get those healthy fats in there. Then later on, after baking, for most of the time, I'll throw in some either cranberries or some raisins, and voila, there is my granola for the week. So stay tuned or go check out the blog, daviekillian.com, for the easiest basic granola recipe you can find. So as I continue making my granola, I wanted to continue on my word for the year of Steadfast, and I thought of it in terms of a Bible verse. So I'm going to share this verse with you because it is one I will keep in my heart for this year, and it's 1 Corinthians 15:58. So I'm going to just paraphrase it here. It's being steadfast, immovable, always excelling in the work of the Lord, knowing efforts are not futile but meaningful in God's eyes. So think of that as you are mothering and caring for your children, as you're making food for your husband, as you're cleaning the home. Your work is being done for the Lord, and it is not futile. It is not worthless. There are days that things get monotonous in the home. Don't get me wrong. I definitely feel kind of that burden sometimes of I'm just doing this day in and day out, but it is for the Lord. And if I keep that in my mind and in my heart, I remember that this is good work and I am not working in vain. So just hopefully a little encouragement for you to stay steadfast in your homemaking, your mothering. If you're a grandmother, if you're a new mama, if you're single, whatever you're doing, do it as unto the Lord. So since it is winter, it is definitely soup season. We eat multiple different soups a week, and I am making a black bean butternut squash soup. I think I shared it here before, but I really like making homemade much more in the winter months when I'm in the house a lot more and not out gardening or out and about with the kids, walks and parks and things like that. So I did make the beans just in the Instant Pot, cook them up, and then I'm just getting all the fresh things chopped. The onion, the red pepper, the garlic, and then of course the butternut squash. I still had a few from the fall harvest that I had left, and they definitely needed to be used. So I thought this soup was very fitting because it was time to use them before they spoiled. So nice to be able to just walk into our basement food storage and grab the fresh produce to create a hearty and healthy soup that is very much from scratch. So after all the Christmas decor had been taken down, my space gets a little bare and blank, which to be honest, I don't mind. It kind of gives you a fresh look at how to create a cozy space. So I'm just pulling out some faux eucalyptus, putting some more of my vintage jars out, and just trying to add some life to this space. Even when they are faux, it just gives it a little fresh look and to make a space new for a while during the winter months. I don't always change out my decor to something new every year for every season. So kind of like for Christmas, I kept things very much the same this year because who needs to spend a lot more money on decor every season? And so things I pulled back out, the wood beads I used on my Christmas tree, I pulled those out to put back in my crocks. Kind of gives that farmhousey feel, which I don't mind. I kind of have a cottage farmhouse vibe going on in my home. I had some other small eucalyptus stems that I put in this little pitcher and just left the books how they were, that plate, and just kept that shelf very simple. But again, added a little bit of life. Maybe I'll put a little faux baby's breath in there instead to add some white or some floral look to that. And then these 3 wire shelves that I have hanging on my wall, I rearranged those just a little bit, added a different picture up on the top shelf because I had a Christmas book up there. Again, those wood beads, they're coming back around here on this shelf, another set. And as you see, I did keep up some garland and lights on my piano and then around my kitchen French door, sliding door area because I love the glow of the lights. It was almost hard for me this year to take my Christmas tree down, but I wanted to make in more open space, and since our house is so small, it was time. And so it's just kind of beautiful to have that glow and the simple fresh look of winter homes. I definitely like adding life back into the home with plants. I move my plants around for Christmas decorating, but this one definitely needed some trimming. So I am just actually cutting that off, and I will be putting it in just another pitcher with some water so that it can add some more life in the kitchen area up high. And I have one like that over my fridge. They just create roots, so you could root them into some soil and you get another fresh plant. So those plants are very hardy and beautiful, and I just love having them to add life to the space. Speaking of life and life giving, my afternoon coffee. So this is something I look forward to every afternoon. A decaf latte is just kind of a treat, something I enjoy. I use some stevia flavor drops, and sometimes I enjoy the whole thing while I'm inside. On this particular day, right after I take a few sips, we head outside for a little walk. So by the time I get home, it's a little cool, but I still get to enjoy it, and I enjoy it then. I'll take it outside and sip it while we play outside. But it's just something that I really enjoy, and making a coffee before we spend some time outside is just something I enjoy. This winter, we have really been diligent about getting outside. It's been a relatively mild winter here in the Dakotas this year. When I'm doing this voiceover, it actually was like -20 wind chill, but the first 2.5 weeks, we had a few days in the 50s. The snow had all melted, so we are getting out and exploring neighborhoods and picking dried crab apples, taking bike rides, playing outside, and enjoying just what the weather has to bring. After after some good time outside in the windy Dakota weather, I am back inside to finish up this soup and get things rolling with that. So it does call for coconut milk, and you could substitute regular milk, but I did have some canned coconut milk that needed to be used, so I enjoy that. And the flavor of that coconut milk in there is just really delicious and very creamy and heavy. Then added a little allspice, some fun little touch of that spice there, and just made it, again, a delicious hearty soup. I had some frozen kale in the freezer, so I add some greens, then some homemade sourdough bread, which I had baked that morning. So a delicious hearty meal is served on the table, and something, like I said, that I enjoy doing a lot in the winter months. Oh, and of course, I added some ham because we need a little more protein in our meal. So this is actually a little bit on a different day of a snippet I wanted to share. We enjoyed a winter campfire or bonfire. We've been doing bonfires as a family at least once a week. We were a lot in the fall. And of course, if it's really wintry and windy, we didn't. But on this particular evening, it was so fun to just make some homemade hot chocolate, put some fun marshmallows in the kids' cups, and just to enjoy the fire with the family. And I think, again, that's a good way to get that outside time. We are trying to achieve 1,000 hours outside for at least the 2 older kids and myself this year, because it's something that I value. There's so much life to be had in the outside and in the space that God created. And again, that's remaining steadfast, just keeping that goal in mind of being outside at least a little bit every day. It would have to be 2 hours almost every day or more to achieve that goal. But I think in the winter, if you're outside enjoying just what you can and just wearing the right clothes, you will enjoy the time and just get that mindset created. So I hope you enjoyed coming along on this cozy winter homemaking day, and that you can just be steadfast in what you are doing in your work. As I finish up my homemaking evening in this winter months, as I prepare my sourdough starter for the next day and get my tea, I want to give you a quote from Elizabeth Elliot. "This job has been given to me to do. Therefore, it is a gift. Therefore, it is a privilege. Therefore, it is an offering I may make to God. Therefore, it is to be done gladly. If it is done for Him, here, not somewhere else, I may learn God's way in this job, not in some other. God looks for faithfulness."